You ever notice how the quietest nights, the ones that start off with the smell of ribs and the laughter of kids under the soft hum of porch speakers, are always the nights that blow up your whole world? Yeah, that happened. I was at my cabin by the lake, spatula in hand, watching the fire pit spit sparks into the air, thinking I finally got it right. Friends, food, the water calm and shining under dusk, and just as I flipped a burger, a parade of headlights ripped up the driveway, bouncing off the trees like a warning. 3 squad cars, neighbors gawking. And there she was, Karen from the HOA, arms folded, face twisted like she just sucked on a lemon, pointing me out to the cops as if she'd found public enemy number 1 at her summer potluck. "That's him," she shrieked, breaking rules, disturbing the peace, running an illegal event. I remember how every sound shrank. Kids froze, my friends set their drinks down, and the only thing I could hear was the crunch of those boots as the cops started up the path, hands resting near their belts, everyone holding their breath. And just when I thought, well, maybe this is how it ends, Mayor Thompson walks out of my cabin with a plate of ribs, wipes his hands, nods at the officers, and the whole scene just pauses, like someone hit mute on the world. But let me back up a sec. See, I bought that cabin years before the HOA came in with its paint your porch beige, don't leave fishing lines on the dock, no parties over 6 without approval manifesto. I wasn't looking to cause trouble. I just wanted a place to teach my nephews to fish, to have an old school summer night. Karen, though, she saw control where I saw community, wanted everything to run like her personal fiefdom. Still, I tried to play nice. Sent out flyers, invited the whole neighborhood, even Karen, just friends, family, good food, bring the kids. Didn't see any harm in that. But Karen, 2 days before the barbecue, was waving my flyer in my face like I'd send out an invitation to an underground fight club. Section 14B, this is a violation, she spat. Unauthorized gatherings attract the wrong people. I laughed, thought she'd let it go. She didn't. The night of the barbecue, just as I was thinking maybe, just maybe, this place could feel like home, she showed up on the dock, arms folded, glaring like laughter was a crime. She turned away, and minutes later, blue and red lights flooded the yard. And there I was, spatula in hand, cops on my lawn, neighbors looking at me like I'd started a riot. Except, the mayor was there, grinning, and Karen's face drained of all its righteous color. "Is there a problem here?" Mayor Thompson asked, calm and sharp, and I swear, you could feel the night balancing on the edge of a knife. Now I'm just Jack, guy who wants a peaceful barbecue, not a showdown. Karen, she can't help herself. "He's breaking our rules," she snapped. "Too many people. Too much noise. I demand you shut this down." The mayor raised an eyebrow. "Karen, you called the police for a barbecue?" She straightened. "This is about our guidelines." And the mayor laughed, shook his head, and said, "With all due respect, that's not a police matter. These officers have bigger things to do." Karen, fuming, demanded backup. But the cops looked at the mayor, looked at me, looked at the families eating marshmallows, and said, "Ma'am, unless there's a real crime, there's not much to enforce." For a second, I almost felt sorry for her. Almost. The applause started with my neighbor Mike, slow and deliberate, and soon everyone joined in. Even the mayor clapped. Karen looked like she'd swallowed a hornet's nest, turned on her heel, and stormed off, but I knew this wasn't the last I'd hear from her. Later, the mayor pulled me aside, told me I handled it right, told me not to back down, that people like Karen don't let things go. He was right. The next morning, Mike texted me, "Emergency HOA meeting, called by Karen, topic, me." I showed up. She had her binder out, read off every rule I'd allegedly broken, ready to slap fines on me, threaten legal action. "Your actions disgrace this community," she sneered. I reminded her my cabin predated the HOA, that I'd done nothing wrong. The room was tense. Then the door opened. Mayor Thompson again. Calm as ever. He slid a county record across the table. "Jack's property is grandfathered. The HOA can't fine him for a barbecue." Karen tried to argue, tried to wave her expansion charter in the air, but the board, for the first time, wavered. "If that's true, maybe we should rescind the fines," Sandra whispered. Karen's voice trembled, not fear, but fury. "The rules exist for a reason," she snapped. "If we don't enforce them, there'll be no order. People who don't belong." The mayor's eyes hardened. "You mean people who aren't you?" The board rescinded the fines. Karen stared at me, promise, not threat, in her eyes. And I knew this was just the next round. The days passed. I tried to keep things simple. Fixed up the dock, cooked extra for Mrs. Green, started planning a day of kindness, not a party, just a chance for neighbors to clean the shore, plant a tree, eat together. Made flyers, left one at Karen's door, didn't knock. Saturday came, blue sky, good food, people smiling for the first time in weeks. Then the white SUV rolled in, tow truck right behind, clipboard guy, security guy, Karen with a smile sharp enough to cut glass. Vehicles are blocking emergency lanes, unpermitted gathering, clipboard man intoned, pointing at Mr. Harris's wheelchair van, tires barely over the grass. Too late, he said, violation already noted. Kids started crying. Harris's grandson begged, give us 60 seconds. Security guy blocked me with his arm, the tow hook rattling toward the van. You're not taking this one, I said, stepping between the truck and the van. Tension thick as fog. Then a black SUV screeched up. Mayor Thompson again, storm cloud on his face. Drop the van. Now. The tow driver obeyed. The van hit the ground, and Karen, for once, had no words. That should have ended it. But Karen started printing flyers, spreading lies about me, posting warnings online, planning another disciplinary hearing, dragging in outsiders, painting me as a threat. At the next board meeting, she paraded grainy photos, twisted stories, said I was endangering the community. But Mrs. Green stood up, cane steady. Lies, she declared. Harris's grandson spoke. Jack saved our van. He cares. Karen doesn't. The crowd erupted, but Karen just shrieked. I am the HOA. I decide what's allowed. The mayor arrived, calm, forceful, reminded everyone what community meant, what leadership was supposed to be. Sandra called for a vote of no confidence. Ethan seconded. Paul agreed. Karen was out, stormed out, but not defeated. The next morning, spray paint on my porch. Get out. Mike's mailbox smashed. Mrs. Green's garden gnome in pieces. Vandalism, not rules. Karen unleashed. That evening, a mob of trucks rolled in, outsiders, bats, crowbars. Karen led them, told them, tear it down. I stood in front of my cabin, fists clenched, heart pounding. And then, sirens, Mayor Thompson again, officers with hands on holsters. Enough, the mayor roared. You're under arrest. Karen screamed, got dragged off in handcuffs, and still shouted, you don't belong here. For a moment, it felt like the war was over. Neighbors clapped my back, thanked me, hugged each other. But the next week, letters from Karen started arriving from her cell, accusing me, the mayor, everyone of a conspiracy. She'd lost the battle, but not the war. The lies spread faster than truth. The mayor called another meeting. This time, the whole town, press included. Karen tried to twist the story, but I played the video of her staged inspection, her threats, her intimidation. Lily testified, showed receipts that Karen's so-called inspectors were just hired actors. The board stripped her of all power. The mayor announced the evidence would go to law enforcement, and the crowd cheered. Yet peace never comes easy. The next morning, my dock was destroyed, sawed off in the night. Red spray, paint across the boathouse. If Karen falls, everyone falls. The police investigated. The mayor subpoenaed every call and letter Karen sent. She was building something ugly outside those bars. Her reach didn't stop at handcuffs. But you know what I learned? Standing there with my feet in the gravel, looking out at the ruined dock, neighbors by my side? You can break wood, you can smash glass, but you can't break a community that finally remembers it's stronger together. I spoke at the lake park, voice shaking, told everyone, kindness isn't weakness. It's what keeps us standing. And they believed it. Weeks passed. We rebuilt the dock. Kids painted murals over the vandalism. Karen went to trial for fraud, conspiracy, vandalism, got sentenced to years behind bars. I didn't cheer. I just hoped she'd one day learn what kindness feels like. And standing there on my new dock, sun setting gold over the water, I realized her war had forced us to choose. Fear or kindness. We chose kindness. And as long as we keep choosing it, that's what stays. So, tell me, where are you watching from right now? Because this isn't just a story about a barbecue, or a cabin, or a petty tyrant. It's about how neighbors outlast bullies, about how kindness always finds its way back, when people choose to stand up together. Drop your city, your state, your country. Let's hear where you're from. And let's talk. Was I right to stand my ground? When is kindness enough? And when do you have to fight for it? You tell me.